Hey guys, I'm back with some big changes to the beast. The machine is now built into a trailer. I've extended the machine to accept 16-foot logs, and I've added a hydraulic clamp as well. There's a few extra changes, so let's take a look. One of the major issues I was having was the chain was slipping. So it's because the hydraulic motor wasn't turning the front roller, it was turning a roller further down. I added a second sprocket at the front and drove it directly from the hydraulic motor. So keep your eye on this one because it comes back at the end. You'll see how this changes and the point of failure here. I reorganized the hydraulics to try and get the runs as short as possible, and I wanted to move all the lines over to black pipe so that I avoid leaks in the future. So the lines are much shorter now, go straight into the cooler, directly into the filter and into the tank. The tank is back to the original small tank because that large tank that I put on in the last video was leaking. And the engine is now in line straight ahead of that. So it's nice short runs. I added a hydraulic clamp a few years ago, but it wasn't strong enough. So part of the changes they made this time was to reinforce it. So the hydraulic arm is now much bigger. You can see that the original one has a bit of a bend that you can still see at the top of it. But so I've beefed it up, and it works really, really well now. All right, let's take a look at how it works. Stick around till the end, and I'll show you some of the things that didn't work all that well, and tell you about some of the stuff that's coming up.
Alright, so I just got done the wood pile, finally. It's been about 6-8 weeks since I started the video. I haven't been doing it solid here or there, but it's finally done. So it went pretty well. I did run out of bags. I don't usually let the pile build up like this, but I ran out of bags. I usually bag as I go, about 1 cord per bag. However, I'm out of bags, so the rest of this will go in the wood shed, the old wood shed. Probably about 3 cord here, I'd think, somewhere in there. So it went pretty well. There were a few issues. The biggest one was probably here at the end. After I doubled up the sprockets, or I added a second sprocket for the hydraulic motor, it did exactly what I wanted it to do. It didn't slip anymore. The problem is that it wasn't strong enough anymore, so something had to give, and it was the conveyor at the end. So, like I said, something had to give, and in this case, it was my chain tensioner. So it just got destroyed right away. Didn't take it long. So this chain is a little bit loose, but it didn't seem to affect it at all. I have a new design in mind, so we'll fix that before we start using the machine again. So my other big problem that I was trying to solve this year was how to power the fan, since my little motor that I have on this processor just simply isn't big enough. It doesn't have an alternator, can't spin an alternator, so it doesn't have enough power to drive the fan motor. So originally I had put in a power supply, computer power supply, and hooked that all up. It didn't end up working, so I got rid of that. And now I just use a battery charger, and it charges the battery, which is all then connected to the fan, and it keeps it running, not quite as fast as it should, or it can, but it keeps the machine cool, and everything is good. So I found that using some bungee cords, if I put it in front of the rod fan, so it's sucking air through that rod, it keeps the battery charger cool enough that it doesn't overheat and doesn't shut off.
So that's a wrap for wood for this summer. Got about 15 bags in under the shelter, 9 in the back that are sitting outside for the following year, and about 3 in the woodshed. So I'll be set for a little while, but hit the subscribe button. I'm going to be ordering some more logs this winter. I'm also thinking about doing some other projects. I think I'll take a walk behind sweeper and see if I can adapt it for the front of the tractor. I'm also going to change the processor again. I want it to be able to handle 16-foot logs a little bit better. The doesn't always advance properly with the chain drive, so I'm going to see what I can do there. So be sure to hit subscribe. That's it for now. Thanks for watching.
Subscribe to my dad's videos.